Norton is a moderately successful comedian, an average author, and a terrible actor. And your chance to speak directly with him has arrived. Call 866-969-1969. The phone lines are open. And the Jim Norton Show starts now.
Ah, yes. Back to Wednesdays, where the Jim Norton Show belongs. The Opie and Anthony Show, of course, just ended with what a great interview with Hugh Jackman. I mean, he was promoting Prisoners, which is in theaters this Friday, and what a great, open, fun guy to talk to he was, man. A lot of actors are very, very, overly protective of stuff, and he just seemed very willing to talk about anything. So I enjoyed him a great, great deal. Let's see here. Let's start with Bill in D.C. Messed up with brother-in-law. You want some advice? Hi, Bill.
How's it going, Bill? How's it going, Tim?
That's funny. He called himself. How you doing, Bill? Oh, wait. I'm Bill. You're Jim. I'm well. How are you?
I'm looking in the mirror. I screwed up. I almost had an affair with my brother-in-law's ex, and he stepped in and literally physically kicked my ass. It shook my world.
Now, hold on. What do you mean you almost had an affair? How close did you get, and what stopped it?
He did, physically.
Oh, okay. How did he find out?
She told him. So
okay.
We had a relationship and just friendly, and then they broke up, and then it kind of escalated, and she mentioned it to him, and he stepped in, and literally in the middle of in almost happening, he kicked my ass. And it's been a couple of years, and really awkward. Really, he hasn't said anything to her. I haven't said anything to my wife. It's a fucked up situation. And
he's your wife's brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So he's still in the family. Okay, I misunderstood. He hasn't told her, and you haven't told her.
No.
Have you made up with him for real?
I mean, we about 2 months after it happened, we had a heart-to-heart conversation, and then honestly, it shook my world. It stopped me from any thoughts or any consideration of doing it again. So it's like he kind of kicked my ass, and I needed it, and it hurt like hell, and
right,
emotionally and physically, and now it's just we don't talk, we don't look at each other. You go to family events, it's awkward. It's just this weird vibe.
Well, you kind of, in a way, betrayed him on two fronts, with his sister and with his wife. I mean, two women that he probably cares about a lot. But the actual thing was, you didn't go through with the affair. So maybe if you feel you need to talk to him again, talk to him again. Otherwise, you might just have to respect the fact that he's not going to like you. It could be a lot worse. He didn't blow up your marriage. He kicked your ass, which is obviously probably the best scenario in that situation.
You guys should pull a third party, like a counselor into it.
No, I mean, I don't know. For what? Like, what is there to say? He's probably not going to want to go to counseling to talk to you. Like, and I'm not shitting on you. I'm just saying, from his point of view, why would he? If you guys had it, will he talk to you if you call him and said, "Look, man, I'd love to meet and really talk"?
That's great advice.
No, but would he meet with you?
I think he would.
Well, then why don't you do that? Why don't you have a heart-to-heart and say, "Look, I understand I fucked up terribly. It changed my life. And I almost betrayed you, and I almost betrayed, your sister and my wife, and I was terrible to do that. And maybe he can forgive you then. Maybe to hear it from you this much later will mean something to him. But either way, you got to respect which way he's going to go with it.
All right.
Okay?
Thanks, son.
All right, buddy. Good luck, Bill. Yeah, it's hard. We all think with our dicks, and sometimes it's hard to say no when you're supposed to say no. It's not easy. Let's see here. Brett in Canada likes to watch his wife get fucked by other men. Do other people feel this way? Of course they do. Hi, Brett.
Hi, it's Fred, actually.
Hi, Fred. Okay.
It's not in a cuckold way. Just like I don't partake or anything. I just like to watch, and she really gets into it. Is there other people that feel this way?
Well, yeah, but that is kind of a cuckold way. I mean, you may not like. Do you jerk off watching?
Yeah.
Do you participate at all?
Well, she gives me a blowjob or something sometimes when she's doing it, but she's like she's afraid now that she's become some sort of weird sex addict because she just like 4 guys in a night is kind of what she does sometimes.
What is the thrill of it for you?
Just watch it. I don't know. It's just so exciting.
Okay.
I don't know. But do other men have this?
Oh God, yeah. Has it hurt you and your wife's relationship?
Oh God, no. We have a
perfect
relationship. Yeah.
Then you know what? That's great. You both, you kind of like you're swingers and you found each other, and that's perfect. But yeah, other men do. What's that?
There's a bit of guilt involved.
Why?
Well, on her side more than me. She just figures she comes from a very straight type environment, and she just thinks that she's just gone too far, and she's become this slut. Basically, that's what she calls herself, and she doesn't. She likes it when she's called a slut and stuff, but sometimes, after she's fucked 3 or 4 guys, the next few hours afterwards, she just feels terrible about it. And of course, I feel bad because she feels bad.
Sure. Well, you guys shouldn't do it if it makes you feel bad, but if it's something that you both genuinely enjoy, and you're not lying to each other, you're doing it as a couple. So I think that anything you do as a couple, if it's honest with each other and you're not deceiving anybody else, it's totally cool. And I think it's great that you found each other and tried to get her out of that guilt, because as long as the reasons for doing it are okay, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Thanks for your advice, Jim.
Enjoy, Brett. Good for you. I'm sorry, Fred. Yeah, enjoy. Anthony in New Orleans, why didn't I comment on the show at the Gathering of the Juggalos? What do you mean?
Morning, Jimmy.
Hi, buddy.
Questions for you.
Sure.
I'm a couple days behind on the show. I don't remember hearing you really comment on your experience with the Gathering.
Oh, I did. I talked about it, and I said that I had a great time, and the fans were great, and how they stopped back, and both of the guys stopped back and saw me before the show, and I did talk about it.
Okay, another quick question for you. I know you really don't like answering this question because you get it a lot, but any possibility of coming to New Orleans?
Yeah, I'll get down there eventually. I will. I've never done a gig in New Orleans, and I want to go down to New Orleans, and hopefully I will get down there, but I just have to have a club show interest, all right?
Jimmy, I swear, if you put the word out there, I will get your name out there for you.
All right, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Sam in Buffalo, alcoholic and crack addict, and you want advice on how to stop. Hello?
Yeah, man. I've been drinking every day now for 2 years, and my friend just introduced me to the other stuff, and now I'm just trying to deal with both of them, but the alcohol is really the problem, man. I just can't deal with reality,
Sure. Well, they're both the problem. I mean, whenever we're doing stuff like that, whether it's drinking and getting high or the combination of those things, it's almost like, well, hey, I'm a compulsive overeater. One day I eat cake and the next day I eat pie, and it's all part of the same problem. Now, have you ever been to a rehab?
Yeah, man. I'm willing to go to treatment, whatever it takes.
Do you have insurance?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm seeking help, but it's just I don't know if I'm getting anything from it. I just keep going back to the bottle, man. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I'll tell you how you do it. You do it a day at a time, and that sounds really corny, but it's absolutely the truth. You can only technically not drink and not get high now. You can't not drink an hour from now. You can't not smoke crack 2 hours from now. You can't do a fucking thing 2 hours. You can only do it in the moment. So the problem is, you may be looking at it as too big a picture. Sometimes we do it a day at a time, and there are other times we do it an hour at a time, or 20 minutes at a time, or whatever it is. Do you pick up the phone and call people? Do you have a sponsor? Do you have a 12-step program that you go to?
Not right now, man. I was just reaching out to you.
Okay. So my suggestion would be, and I think it's great that you're reaching out, is if you can get into a rehab, I always suggest that, because that's just a really good period of drying out and learning some stuff. But in the meantime, what you can do is you can go to a 12-step meeting, and you can talk to people at that meeting and after the meeting. That's something you can do today. Where you live in Buffalo, so you're on the same time zone I am. So you can easily find a meeting. It's 10:15 in the morning here on the East Coast. You can go out and find a 12-step meeting, maybe at noon, maybe at 1 o'clock, and talk to somebody there and possibly get yourself into a detox or a rehab. But you can take a step today. You don't have to wait till tomorrow.
All right, man. I'm gonna try, man. Thanks for your advice, Jimmy.
All right, buddy, and really try. Don't half-ass it. Really try. It's worth it, believe me, because drinking and smoking crack or coke or any of that stuff, it is an absolute fucking funnel down into a toilet. There is zero to gain from it. You're smart to want to quit.
You're right. All right, thanks, man.
All right, good luck, buddy. Okay, let's see. Chris in Louisiana, married, miserable. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, buddy.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Colin, I've been married for going on 4 months. My wife is 6 months pregnant. Needless to say, I got married because she was pregnant. I inherited two stepkids in the marriage, and my life is completely miserable.
Okay.
I was totally not ready to make the step that I made. And I'm not at a crossroads where I'm ready. I wouldn't leave, but there's times where I just want to get in my truck and go somewhere.
Why wouldn't you leave?
Because I do love her.
Okay.
And I do love the kids.
She's miserable, though?
No, she's not.
You are.
I am. Yeah.
What is it you want that you're not getting? If you love her, what is it that you are not getting? Has she gotten fat?
She's actually only gained 11 pounds in the pregnancy.
Okay.
Do
you want to fuck other girls?
Yes.
Okay. So you're having that problem. I'm sorry, I forgot. How long have you been together?
A year.
Okay, so you're new. Well, obviously you got this stuff you still want to do, and you don't want to go out and fuck other girls while you're married. Do you and your wife still have sex?
Yes.
And have you mentioned like threesomes and stuff? Is she not for that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so she's a bit traditional. Well, do you love her more than you love? Sometimes you got to sacrifice. I mean, a lot of people in marriage, that's what it is, I guess. Do you love her more than you love the idea of fucking other women?
Maybe.
Because that's honestly, dude, fucking the other girls is a temporary high. Like, it's fun, but, don't forget, there's so many things that can go wrong when you're fucking other women. You can get one of them pregnant. You can catch something. You can pick up a stalker. You can inadvertently fuck a married woman that her husband's looking for. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong. I know there's all this stuff against marriage, but being out there and dating, there are a lot of complete wackos out there too. It's not like you have a wife and then all these fucking tens are going to line up to fuck you perfectly. Being single is sometimes disastrous.
Right.
So I guess the advice would be to weigh what's more important to you. If you want to be out fucking other women, I would advise you to be single again. Like if you,
it's more another woman than women. It's a chick that I was seeing around the time that I got my wife pregnant.
Okay.
And we still talk on the phone, which is probably the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And she was in a relationship at the time, so I thought I was doing the right thing by moving on. Now she's not in the relationship, and now she's pursuing me, and it's hard.
Well, you got to realize too, she was in a relationship. She didn't pursue you, right?
Right.
So now you're in a relationship. Why should you why should you drop that to pursue her? And again, I'm sure you're a good guy, but she's kind of coming after you now that she doesn't have anyone. So when she had someone, she didn't give you that option. But now that she's single, that's literally like she wants to go to a show with a guy and he's going to go pick her up and she doesn't want to go with you. And then he cancels on her and she goes, "Oh, will you come get me?" You should probably stick with the woman that didn't fucking make you second priority.
Right.
I know how tempting it is. And I know that, wow, the other one, now she's there. But do you think that would work out really well? Like, first of all, she would probably never truly trust you for leaving your wife for her. And she waited until the other one was finished. She let her relationship run out its string. You should probably do the same thing.
Good point.
And I know it's tempting, dude. Believe me. But as a guy who has a lot of times listened to his instincts and in a bad way, I've just reacted to satisfy my instincts, my sexual urges. A lot of times, man, more times than not, it was a mistake.
You're right on, Jimmy.
All right. You got a wife and kids. This girl didn't take you when she had the chance. Maybe it's her loss too, dude. It's not just your loss. You're not just missing out. You're not trapped. She could have had you, and she chose to stay with that person.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right. Gary in Kentucky asked the age-old question, how do you persuade a girl to do anal?
Hello, Jimmy.
Hi, Gary. Do you want to fuck her in the ass, and what does she say?
I do, but I only want to do it 2 or 3 times a year. That's all I need.
Have you done it with her?
No.
Okay.
And she has never done it before.
Okay, so the way to maybe persuade her, does she have any inclination to do it?
Yes, she thinks it'd be painful.
Oh, okay. Well, so maybe she's right. Have you tried like licking her ass and then working a finger in her ass?
I've tried to go down there, and she does not have it.
Well, she may just never let you because she doesn't like that. But maybe she's just really nervous about it. And maybe, you need to relax her a little bit and tell her that you'll be very gentle, and she needs to know that you'll stop when she says ouch. Or maybe, if unfortunately for you, she may just hate the way it feels.
Okay.
But I would suggest talking to her about it, telling her you want to lick her ass, or licking her ass a little bit, and telling her, let me work a finger in. What, is she self-conscious, or does she not like the way it feels?
She's just totally afraid of it. She doesn't. She's never done it, and she don't even. I've tried to go down there, when I'm going down on her, and she just doesn't have it.
Well, how about this? Do you ever turn her on her stomach and lick her pussy from the back?
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, that's a good way to segue into it. Like when you're going down on her, she's on her back. Turn her a little bit to her side, almost like she's doing a weird yoga stretch, and then lick the lips like that way while she's on her side. And then maybe even put her on her stomach. And then just maybe lick the cheeks a little bit while you're licking her pussy. Don't go right for the asshole. As soon as she's on her stomach, don't just fucking nosedive into her crack. Maybe lick her pussy a few times like that. You may have to work into this, dude. It may be a fucking work in progress. So maybe you lick her pussy while she's on her stomach. You squeeze and knead her ass cheeks so she's used to your hands being back there. And while you're licking her lips and distracting her, maybe licking her clit while she's on her stomach, you're just kneading her ass cheeks, opening the ass cheeks a little bit gently, but don't do anything. Don't do anything. Let her get used to that 1 or 2 times. Then maybe you sneak your tongue up a little bit into the taint. Maybe you lick the cheeks, then right back down to the pussy. You just kind of just run out. It's like getting used to fucking cold water. Break her into it slowly, kind of bridge her into it from licking her pussy.
It's great advice, Jim.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Erin in New Jersey wants to talk about ex-boyfriends. Hi, Erin.
Hello.
How are you?
I just want to say whatever you told the last caller is exactly right, because that's the only way I got into the anal area.
Which was what? Your boyfriend did he kind of just use it like he bridged his way into it, right?
Yeah, from the back, just like that, laying down on your stomach, and then just started going into it.
Oh, good. I'm glad, because that's a favorite technique of the kids, if you must know. I do enjoy that. But I've never really had a woman say, no, don't eat my ass, because I think they know what garbage I am when they show up. But were you scared about it at first?
Not really. I guess I was always interested in it, and no one ever tried it. And then that was the first way we got to it, was, coming from behind when I was on my stomach. And it worked out, and I liked it,
Oh, good. So what's up, Aaron? You want to talk about your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, let's talk about this. So me and my ex-boyfriend broke up about 4 weeks ago, and I'm a very sexual person. There might be videos and, pictures that me and him have together. But he kept all of them, and he'll randomly text me saying, I'm looking at the pictures of us, I'm watching the videos, when he knows we could still be together. And he'd come over anytime that could really happen all over again. So why would he text me just saying that he's looking at these pictures and videos?
How long you been broken up?
For about 4 weeks now.
How long did you date?
2 years.
Okay, so right now, what he's doing is, how we just talked about bridging from the vagina to the asshole? He's bridging from relationship into single life, it seems. and he's trying to make sure that you're still kind of there for him. Like, he's intriguing with you, and he still wants to know that he can probably come over and fuck you. But he may want to either A, fuck other girls, or maybe he wants the relationship to be over, but he's afraid that the door will close. That
Like,
could
he doesn't just keep stringing me back in.
a little bit, yeah. As Diana Ross said, why don't you be a man about it and set me free? Sal, why isn't that song queued up? I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? That's what it could be. So why did you break up, and who broke up with who?
It was kind of more him. Like, he lives in New York and I live in Jersey.
Okay.
So it's kind of a distance thing.
Well, how far? Wait, where in New York? Is he Buffalo and you're Trenton? I mean, how far apart are you?
No, not at all. No, it's just like he's more of a pussy. How about that?
Okay.
I might have the dick in the relationship and he'll have the pussy, where he's very emotional. And he lives in Brooklyn. I live in New Jersey. It's not that far away at all. But he let everything get to him, the traffic and the tolls.
So,
you know.
wow,
He's just
okay.
emotional. He couldn't get over things. He couldn't, I guess, deal with a lot of, I don't know. He didn't like the way I talked about things, how nothing really bothered me. So I think he was over that. But our sexual relationship was perfect.
Sure.
So I think that's what it is.
Maybe, yeah, that could be it. And are you ready to move on? Are you okay with moving on?
I liked our sexual, relationship that we had together.
Sure.
Everything other than that I could deal without. But then I get nervous thinking like, well, will the next person sees me as much as he did? That's where I'm nervous. Right.
Well, are you a good-looking girl?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want your ass eaten, there is a really weird place to go for that. It's called therealjimnorton@gmail.com.
Is that your email?
It certainly is.
Gotcha.
But I'm an ass eater from childhood. I mean, I've been eating asses since fucking Jimmy Carter was running
so
for
you're
office.
Professional. You could break me in a little bit more.
Well, I don't like to say I'm a professional. I just enjoy it immensely. But you'll get over. You know what, Aaron, you'll get over him. He'll get over you. But that might just be a little bit of bridging. It's my ex-girlfriend and I, and she's one of my closest friends. We text every fucking day. She's one of my favorite people. We talk about each other a lot. But she's my last frame of reference. And for the first year of our breakup, we sexually intrigued, and I think we fucked a few times. But then she got mad at me once, and she's like, what are you, just sexually intriguing with me like other girls or whatever? And from that moment on, I was like, I just didn't do it anymore. But for a little while, we stayed connected sexually.
You did? Okay, so that's like what I'm going through right now then.
Yeah.
I just feel like I shouldn't even talk to him anymore then, no?
Well, then don't. If you feel that way, then don't. Because we did take a break for a while. There was a point where we had a big fight again, and then we took a break. So sometimes you have to take a break to kind of let the smoke clear a little bit, and then you decide if you want a friendship. It's really hard to go right from relationship into friendship because A, then you're not fucking anymore, and then B, the other one gets jealous when the other one doesn't respond fast enough, and it becomes a whole thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
But you sound like a great girl, and any guy will be lucky to get his hands on you because obviously you like your hiney eaten, and that makes you a good girl in my book. Where in New Jersey are you from?
Northern, like right outside the tunnel.
Oh, I live right inside the tunnel. Holy shit.
Perfect. I've seen you at the Comedy Store a few times.
Yeah, I go there once in a while and work out. Well, you sound like a great girl, Aaron. I got to be honest. And we could just meet on 10th Avenue and 43rd Street and have a few laughs.
You just let me know when.
All right, sweetheart. Take care of yourself. I appreciate your call.
What's that email again?
TheRealJimNorton@gmail.com. But I'm not promoting that for Aaron. I'm just teasing. Wink, wink. As right now I'm talking to you, I'm grinding my rod into the fucking console.
And checking your phone.
And checking my phone. See if she emailed. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, we get all these weird calls. Not weird call, but like I like when women will talk about sex openly. Because a lot of people feel like the married guys are complaining they're not getting enough. Well, the question is, Adam and Eve wants to know if you're getting enough in the bedroom. This is a flawless segue, by the way. Because even if you think you're getting enough, Adam and Eve bet that you'd love more, and they're probably right. Adam and Eve is going to give you more with 10 free gifts. 10 gifts. First, you're going to get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. A little something for you, a little something for her. And the third is a little something they know you're both going to enjoy. So one for you, one for her, one for both. Then the next 6 are full-length adult DVD movies, and that should keep both of you busy for a while. Maybe you could enjoy The Gift for Her, The Gift for Him, The Gift for Both, and the 6 DVDs, adult in nature. Now, the number 10 is the best gift of all. It's free shipping on your entire order. Now, to get your 10 free gifts, just go to adamandeve.com, select one item. How hard is that? It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, a slippery new lube. You always need lube. All you guys calling with anal sex, maybe because you're fucking dry pushing your finger into her shitter. Why don't you stop that? You got to lube it up a little, and it's not sexy to hear. Oh, poof. She doesn't want to hear that. So maybe when you're back there, you get some fucking lube from Adam and Eve, and then you slip your finger in, and then you get old slippery finger, and you start rubbing the outside of her little rosebud anus. Ooh, just a little rub while you're kissing the cheeks. And she goes, "What are you?" Ooh. And all of a sudden, you're knuckle deep in her hiney, and your relationship is now fixed and brand new. You can get, or anything else your heart desires, of course, at adamandeve.com. Enter the offer code JIM, J-I-M, because it's important that they know who sent you there, because I want them to continue to advertise on this program. You're going to get all 10 free gifts, including the 3 specially selected items, the 6 steaming hot adult movies, and free shipping on your entire order. Enter the offer code JIM at checkout at adamandeve.com. That's Jim at adamandeve.com. But all you people who say your relationships, sex life suck, don't complain until you at least try that. Give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work? So what do you have? A couple of items and some porno movies. Fucking relax. All right, let's see. Richard from Long Island has a response to the cuckold guy. Hi, Richard.
How you doing, Jim?
I'm well, buddy. Thank you for your call.
Oh, thanks for taking it. No, I was just calling. I was listening to that guy that called earlier, said his wife was a slut, whatever. And wondering if anybody else is like that. I'm totally like that.
You like to watch your wife have sex with guys?
Fuck yes.
Okay.
Shit, but that whole cuckold thing, cleaning up and prepping the bowl, I'm so not into that shit.
Yeah, you just like to watch her get fucked like a porno movie.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's what I tell her, because she's not into it like I am, but no, it's like watching a porno, but fuck, you can move around and watch and get up close or just sit back or whatever. It's just hot as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And I love watching it. And to be honest with you, Jim, you fucked me up a couple times because, like, when you're talking about cuckolds and shit and all that, it's like my wife's just looking at me like, what the fuck? Is that what you're into? And I'm like, no, it ain't like that at all, you know? I just like, I love watching, man. It's fucking awesome.
Well, there you go, my friend. Enjoy it. And it's good. Again, you found somebody who's allowing you to do that, and you enjoy it too. So I think it's perfectly healthy as long as you're both doing it for the right reasons. Good for you, my friend. Enjoy.
Yeah, hell yeah, I do. Hey, and one other thing, if I could leave my email or phone number or something for that other dude, I'd love to hook up with him.
Well, you can leave it. Don't give it on the air because, again, I don't know if you're giving your real email. So leave it off air with whoever it is. And if that guy calls back in, your email will be available. So Sal or whoever's answering the phone, please take this guy's email. Keep him on hold. Thank you, buddy. Let's see here. Marty from Long Island. Can you get sick or disease from ass eating?
I don't know, Jim. Can you?
Well, I don't know. You probably can get hepatitis A. But I say, so what? What the fuck? You can also get paralyzed from driving. What, are you going to walk to work?
Well, let me tell you, I was eating my girlfriend's ass.
Attaboy, Marty.
A couple of weeks ago. It was good. And then the next day, I got these symptoms and I got all backed up. And then I looked it up online and it was some kind of parasite thing.
All right. Well, maybe, don't eat your girlfriend's ass after she comes back from fucking Angola. How about that? If she goes and she fucking interviews, fucking General butt naked in fucking Africa, how about you don't eat her ass after she's been going through that water?
Yeah, but I also don't want to stop and have to clean it. Stop in the middle of foreplay and then have to clean her ass
to make sure it's clean.
Well, of course, dude, first of all, if you have to stop and clean your girlfriend's ass, to me, you're not really in the game. You're a substitute player. Do you think I would ever fucking say to a girl, did you shower? I get down there and I put my nose between those cheeks, and whatever it is, whatever will be, will be. And you know what I do if her ass is a little sweaty? That's what my tongue is for. It's to clean it. Now, if you're a little bit of a neat freak and you don't go for that, what you should do is make a sexy thing and shower before. You don't say to her, hey, did you wipe your asshole out, toots? You don't fucking swipe her ass with a baby wipe. Do it before, or you give a little tester sniff. You turn her on her side, like I was saying, and you start sucking the pussy, and you sneak a little sniff back there. And if it's the telltale asshole smell, if it's I rode the bus with John Voight and fucking Dustin Hoffman down to Florida ass smell, then you don't eat it. Then you wait until the next day. You wait for another day. But I think
I'm going to be a good egg and just dive right in.
Fuck yeah. Be a good egg. Oh, I'm going to get sick. Oh, it smells. What are you fucking, what are you, a fucking man or a mouse? What do our boys say when they go to fight wars? Gee, is there a chance that I'm going to get fucking rained on and mud on and shot? Of course there is. What, are you not going to be a soldier? Get in there. Eat her ass. All right?
I will, Jimmy.
Laugh at those parasites. What would you rather do? Get a parasite from eating a beautiful asshole or from eating a shitty burger? You're better off getting it from eating ass. You could tell the doctor. He might be like, well, did you eat anything weird lately? Yeah, my girlfriend's ass, bub. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, make us proud.
I love your halftime speech there.
That's right. Gotta motivate the troops, Eric. All right, let's see here. We have a young lady, Kate in Queens, thinks she has relationship phobia. Hello.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing good. You're hysterical, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm dying here. Thank you.
I appreciate you listening.
I appreciate you. So I think I have relationship issues. I'm in therapy.
Okay, can I ask how old you are?
Yes, you may. I'm 35.
Okay, ever married or anything?
I've come close 2 times. I've been engaged.
Okay, and did you end it or did they?
The last one, honestly, I did not, but he was kind of a pussy. So,
okay,
it was actually better in the end, and that's really the majority of my therapy sessions. Why, kind of looking at, all right, well, it was better that it ended, and I was going to probably end it anyway. So there's that. But I'm currently in a relationship with somebody, and he is so kind, so sweet, so adorable, really good looking, really satisfies me in every single way. However, I don't know, I tend to get bored, and I feel like I'm in that mode again where it's like I want to leave.
How long are you with him?
About a year.
Now, let me ask you, did your parents break up? Did your father leave your mother? What happened?
No.
They're still together, huh?
Yeah, they've really, they fight like anybody else, but they're okay.
Well, let me ask you now, when you look at them, maybe this has nothing to do with it, but do you see them as like, God damn it, they're trapped? Do you see that as being trapped when you're with the same person forever?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. You're really good.
Well, no, but I kind of relate to that. I mean, it's like when I see it, I also see it, besides being a pervert and everything, part of it is a fear of growing up and a fear of aging and a fear of the beginning of my adult life. Like, I'm 45, but I see like my parents and like they got married when they were like, late 20s or whatever. And it's like, okay, from there on in, that's their role. They're defined, their parent, they know the road they're taking. But I like to pretend that I have no idea where I'm going to go or where I'm going to wind up. So the idea of getting into a relationship makes me feel like, okay, I'm older now. This is real. And now there's no more glass ceiling. I know where the ceiling is. I know where it ends.
Yeah, you feel like you're kind of it's like a claustrophobic feeling, right?
Absolutely, because I'm afraid. Again, it's a lot of it is. It's also a bit of greed, grabbing for more than my share of anything. A lot of times we don't make decisions because we're so afraid we're going to make one that we regret and that we can't get out of and that we're trapped in. And it's like, I'm not saying you should get married when you don't want to, but if you're in a relationship with a guy and he fucks you well and you enjoy him, you have to analyze, what am I bored of? Like, what is it that I consider exciting?
I think it's actually the mental stimulation. It's like, every single relationship you're in, it's like you take a little piece of that person, the good part and the bad part. Right. And there's that missing key. Like, I don't feel like I'm being mentally stimulated. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, sweet, charming, but not. I don't know. The conversation sometimes is lacking, and I think that
Okay.
something that women need, maybe. And I'm just putting it out there. I'm not
Sure.
saying that everybody's the same, but I just sometimes feel that women need that a little bit more. It's like, you could talk me into a fucking orgasm if you're good enough to do it,
Sure.
But
Well, again, there's one of two things happening there. It's very legitimate if you feel bored with somebody whose personality is slightly boring or who's not a good conversationalist, because after the fucking and all the things that, Kate and I both enjoy, the ass fingering and the fucking felching, after all that's done, you have to be able to talk to somebody. And after you fuck them, if they're laying there like a lump and they have nothing to say, that can get very boring and you will need more. Or it could just be that we always have to find something wrong as an excuse to move on.
exactly. It's funny because I feel like I'm kind of being pulled between both. I've actually heard you, again, I'm a huge fan, love listening
Thank you.
to you. You're amazing. I've listened to you talking about, I just want to fucking go out to lunch with somebody, somebody decent, I can have a great conversation with. And of course, the fucking is awesome. But, it's just it's that. It's like that conversation, dive, it's boring. But I guess nobody's really perfect. So I got to work on that.
Yeah. Again, it could be one of two things because I don't know you, so I can't say exactly what it is. But you have friends for conversation, and you got to have a conversation with your lover. But I mean, you could also have a bunch of exciting friends. I've never dated anyone as funny as Bob Kelly or Colin Quinn or Patrice O'Neill. I've never fucked a girl as funny as them. But you know what I mean? I have to be able to have a good conversation with my girlfriends. So I kind of relate to that. And I come to think of it, the last two girlfriends I've dated have been hilarious. So I'm really wrong about that. You have your friends that you can have a lot of fun with. So if you think he's got enough to make it going, just go, all right, the conversations aren't going to be amazing, but he's great in every other way. But if that's really important to you, then start looking elsewhere. All right.
You really hit it head on. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kate. I appreciate it. And when she said you really hit it head on, I've only heard a compliment like that in conversation. I've never heard that while I was fucking. Wow, Jim, way to bottom out. Just once I want to hear that. Oh, I just farted. Scrambler in Chicago wants to congratulate me on a reference. Hi, Scrambler.
Hey, Jimmy. First of all, my wife, the one thing she does that turns me on is when she gets real mad in the car and she just calls a woman in front of her a fucking cunt. I just love how she gets so dirty sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
The first ass-eating midnight cowboy combination reference in history, I believe.
Thank you very much. But I was a little disappointed in that reference when I said John Voight, and because I was trying to think of a long bus ride, and what longer bus ride than New York to Miami. So I kind of hoarded it, and I said John Voight and Dustin Hoffman. What I should have said was fucking Rico, but I could not in that moment, which is of course Joe Buck. Remember John Voight's name. So, but thank you very much for catching that. I appreciate it. Nothing better than a good midnight cowboy reference. All right.
All right, Jimmy. Have a good one.
All right, Scrambler. Take care, Scrambler. Appreciate the call. Let's see here. Eric in Jacksonville wants advice on how to get his wife back in the mood. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Jim.
What's up, buddy?
I love you, man.
Thank you very much.
Question. We just had a kid. Well, not just had a kid. The kid's 2.
Okay.
Me and the wife probably haven't had, decent sex in about a year.
Oof.
Probably haven't had sex in about 4 months. We just concentrate on the kid a lot.
Yeah.
And just trying to get, it's like once the kid was born, all the love switched from me to the kid.
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to get that back and trying to get her back in the mood. I mean, we were freaks, but now it's all sort of.
Your first kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot from people. I don't know. I mean, Opie would be better to ask about that, or who else has it? Travis, maybe, or Bobby Kelly. I don't know, because I've heard that from a lot of married guys, that the sex stops after marriage. Now, it could just be this natural thing she has. It's only it's 2 years. That's a way. But why is she not fucking you? A couple of things you can ask yourself. Maybe the answer is yes. Maybe it's no. Did you put weight on?
Yeah, I guess I have. About
How much?
30 pounds.
How much?
About 20 or 30 pounds.
Okay, so you put a lot of weight on, so maybe you're not as physically attractive to her anymore.
Yeah, that might be it too.
Do you have?
She's
Hold on.
lost some weight too.
Okay. But even though that's it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Whenever we're thinking of fucking people, I don't think like I put weight on, so I should want to fuck her. I just we're all shallow when it comes to that. We just look at the other person. Do you have bad breath, or do does your balls and asshole stink, and you want oral sex?
No, I always make sure it's clean for her.
Okay. No, I'm just saying these little things that people don't realize that can turn somebody off to us so much, that can make somebody not want to be sexual. And you've asked her, and what has her response been?
She doesn't really. She just says. She just sort of, I guess, beats around the bush and says, "Oh no, it's not like that." You know how women do.
Yeah.
I try to get to the point of it, but I mean, we don't fight. We get along great. We have fun with the kids. It's just the sex isn't what it used to be before the kid came. And once the kid came, now the sex is sort of getting, it's not as spontaneous or freakish as it used to be.
Yeah, I've heard that from so many people. Maybe that dopamine drip or whatever it is that you get from sex or you get from kinky sex, she's getting from the kid now, like that loving feeling. Maybe it was maybe it's a feeling of love or whatever a mother feels. I have no concept of what that is. But I don't know, brother. Maybe because I think that you have to fuck in your marriage. So if you've talked to her and nothing is changing, again, I've suggested counseling a lot because I do think at times it's the best thing. You both could be in a room with a therapist and talk. And if she's not willing to do that, and it's been 2 years and she hasn't fucked you in 4 months, that's bad.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't feel as sexy either because she put weight on.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too.
Well, I'm going to let you go, but we have Chris from New Jersey who wants to comment on the wife not wanting sex after kids. So listen to Chris. Maybe he has something that can help you because I don't have any kids, all right?
Thanks, buddy.
All right, good luck, Eric. If worst comes to worst, just cheat on her with her best friend. Yes, Chris in New Jersey.
Yeah, I was just going to say, my wife, after she had 2 kids, had the same issue, and it seemed to me that, it was more or less she didn't feel attractive, and she was really self-conscious. So I think the main thing really be him trying to, make her feel better about herself, making her feel sexy, to get her in the mood for,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. That could be it. So maybe he could, maybe it's about her not feeling sexy, but it's kind of hard to go like, hey, you pumped out a baby. Now you're fatter. Maybe you could both go to the gym, suggest the gym or something. You meet a nice girl. My mother was right all those years ago with that Dr. Phil call. Fucking mom was right. Derek in New Orleans, recently diagnosed as bipolar, seeking some advice. Hi, Derek.
Hey, Jimmy. How are you, man?
I'm well, buddy.
Hey, this is a great day. 21 months sober and I get to talk to you.
Oh, that's great. 21 months?
21 months today.
Oh, good for you, man. That's fantastic.
Be a drinker, not so much.
That's tremendous, dude.
After I quit drinking, I began feeling depression,
Sure.
and I went and spoke to my doctor just to get a physical, and he said, hey, let me put you on a low-dose Alexa. I began going to therapy. 21 months later, I had an intermittent diagnosis of major depressive disorder, but come to find out it's bipolar 2, and I'm actually the one who found it out. I was doing research, and I have all the hypomanic symptoms of compulsive sexuality, compulsive spending. I'm an attorney, so I'm kind of a workaholic. I don't really sleep very well, and then I have to counterbalance that with depression.
Yeah. You just described me perfectly. Ugh.
That's the thing, and that's why I wanted to talk with you, and I don't want to get so personal as to ask you whether or not you've been diagnosed with bipolar 2, but I'm going to see a new psychiatrist today. The last one didn't work out. And I'm also in cognitive behavioral therapy. And I don't want to get on mood stabilizers. I do have decent willpower, but I want to find out, what do you do when you feel urges of extreme compulsion to, say, buy something or fuck someone you don't know and you just met that night, which, honestly, I did 3 weeks ago. And there's that feeling of shame while you're doing it and after you're doing it. It's such an illogical mental illness because that it's not going to make you feel good in the long term.
Sure.
But you're doing it anyway.
Well, it's a weird thing. To act, there are times where I give into it and I act out, and there are times where I'm really good and I do something productive and healthy. My compulsive spending when I spend, and I at times will do that, isn't as crazy. Like, I'll go out and buy a cologne that I don't need, or I'll buy a couple of shirts. I recently spent a lot of money on clothes, which I never do. But it's not to a point where I'm alarmed by it at all. Like, I'm lucky, thank God, compulsive shopping is not my thing. As far as being bipolar, I've asked my therapist. I have therapy today, actually. Wednesdays is my therapy day. I don't know if I am or not. She doesn't seem to think so. And I have fought. She has said that she thinks I need to be on something that's like anti-anxiety, but I don't like anything that fucks with my mind. It scares me. I don't want to be one of those fucking zoned out zilches with white shit in the corner of my mouth on on Haldol or whatever. But I'm going to a doctor for chest, pulmonary doctor next week to make sure that my breathe, because I have that tightness when I breathe, which could just be anxiety. So I'm gonna eliminate the physical possibility, and if it is just purely anxiety, maybe I'll try something light, or maybe I'll just do yoga. But if you've been diagnosed as bipolar, I mean, that's good. You know what the problem is, so you can now start seeking some medication or a treatment.
Right, and that's the whole thing. Is like, I'm really afraid, as I mentioned, of mood stabilizers. They prescribe lithium, and Maria Bamford has bipolar too as well. And just was a little podcast where she talked about her experiences on mood stabilizers. And again,
were they good or bad?
They were bad.
Oh, bad. Okay.
Until she found exactly what fit her.
Right.
There was one that she took where she actually lost the ability to speak, and as you can imagine, and a comedian, it's not what you want.
Right. Yeah, it's bad.
So, I'm practicing what they call mindfulness in cognitive behavioral therapy, where I focus on something else. I listen to my breathing. I pay attention to my senses whenever I feel that compulsion, because just like the alcoholism was one day at a time, I know it'll pass.
Right.
And I'm not going to die if I don't go fuck that person I'm hanging out with, or if I don't buy that particular item.
Right.
So I'm just, trying to figure out what you do, too, to deal with your compulsiveness.
Depends on my day, buddy. I was out with Jonathan, my manager in LA, when I was out there a couple weeks ago, and we were in the store, and there's a couple of things I actually took off the shelf and then put back. I'm like, I don't need this. It's like literally I'm just doing this for the drug of spending. So I do try to catch myself. And sexually, I am actually much, much more responsible than people would think in the last few years. So I appreciate your call, buddy, and good luck with it. Make sure you go and get taken care of.
I will, man. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, buddy. Be good. Let's see. We only have a couple of minutes left, so let's try to get a couple of quick hits. Matt's in Mississippi. Is it appropriate to bond with kids over inappropriate content? He wants to know. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Jim. It's an honor to talk to you, bud.
Thanks for calling.
My problem is I drive a truck, and I'm not home, and I don't get to spend much time with my kids. And when I am home, one of the ways we kind of bond and hang out is watching videos on YouTube and stuff like that. And one of them in particular was like Chipper TV.
Sure.
And the reason I started maybe having questioning about the content I let my kids watch and listen to with me is my daughter said something funny one day, and as soon as she got through saying it, everybody was laughing, and she said, "Fucking home run, Chipperson." And It's like that got me thinking, maybe I should try to find something else, but it's like they're not interested in doing anything else with me except listening to potty mouth comics and things like that.
How old are they?
My daughter's fixing to be 13 and my son's 11.
Yeah, see, now different parents will give you different answers. Like Chris Jericho was on, and he said that at Black Sabbath there were visual images which he thought were too sexual for his 9-year-old son to leave. So they left the concert. Language he may feel differently about. I don't know. Tough question. Now, Dr. Laura would say, you're a parent. You're not there to be their best friend. You're there to be a parent. Be a parent. But Dr. Laura's a cunt, so don't listen to her. What does she know? She's a fucking stiff-ass old bitch who never has fun. No, I don't know. I would suggest, to me, my parents and I watched Richard Pryor when I was 12. And that experience changed my life. And I understood I wanted to be a comedian from watching that. That was language. I don't think there's anything wrong with bonding over potty humor or inappropriate language, because first of all, in this age of the internet, it's on YouTube. They're going to watch it. So it's not like they're smoking. It's not like they're smoking pot and you have that dilemma. Just watching funny comedians on YouTube or whatever, I think is fairly harmless. And I don't think that laughing over if you have certain language issues, I think you could talk to your kids about that and go, look, I'd prefer you don't say it. But I don't think there's anything. I think you bonding with them is more important than not bonding and them just watching it without you.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, makes total sense. I really appreciate that.
Good luck, my friend. And again, I hope I didn't just ruin your fucking kid's relationship with you.
No, hey, if anything, you've made it better because they love Chipper.
All right. Well, tell them the fucking whatever. My mother didn't go for that type of talk. They're bad kids. Watch your language.
Thanks, Chip.
All right. Take it easy. Chipper, don't use that type of talk. Stop yelling the N-word through the window while Lamar's helping me with the floors. All right. How much time we got?
You got about 3 minutes.
All right. E-Rock's such a fucking buzzkill. All right. Let's see here. I want to talk about your relationship. Josh in New Jersey, you got a minute, so let's be very quick. Let's not be vague, Josh. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy? How you doing?
I'm well. Thank you, man.
Hey, man. I love you, man.
Thank you.
Listen, man. Yeah, I just been having a lot of trouble with my girl lately. She's one of the chicks that I feel as though she's taking my money away.
Okay.
I take my money away, but when you're around her, it feels as though she snatches the money out of your fucking hand.
Sure.
And
How long you with her?
I've been with her for it's been almost 3 months.
Okay.
And
by the way, you just described almost every woman in a relationship. But if you feel it's unnatural, you feel like she's using you for the money?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you feel like she's using you?
In a way, yeah, that's exactly what I feel. I feel like every little thing I do is just so that she can just look good in front of her friends, look good in front of her buddies or her family or whatever.
How old is she?
She's 30 and I'm 26.
That's a little old to be doing that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. And then we had a fight last night. I told her, but I told her enough. Just tell her, you know what? You gotta grow the fuck up.
Sure.
I'm 26, but I'm at that age where I've been around a little, not enough, but at the point where I just I want her to just be a woman
And not act like a teenage girl with a few extra bucks.
Oh, fuck yeah, Jimmy. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, dude, I don't mean to cut you up, but we have to cut you. I have to do a quick live read, then the show is over. But I will say this to you. It sounds to me, Josh, like you already know the answer. Sometimes we like to have it confirmed, but you're with her for 3 months. It's not like you're with her for 2 years. You see this already. This is probably not going to change, and it's probably not going to get better. And if you talked about it and it turned into a fight, you might want to cut your losses now because this is something that's always going to annoy you.
Okay, yeah, exactly, yeah. I feel like it's going to keep going.
Yeah, I think you're right. So your instincts about it are probably correct.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah. Thanks advice. All right, Jimmy. I love you, brother.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your call. And you know what? Maybe the problem is maybe Josh is not fucking this girl right. So maybe what you could do, Josh, to solve the money problems and to fuck her right, AdamandEve.com. Adam and Eve wants to know, are you getting enough in the bedroom? Because a lot of people think they're getting enough, but it turns out they're not. And Adam and Eve say, we bet you'd love more. They're going to give you a lot more, actually, with 10 free gifts. That's right, 10 free gifts. That really is a tremendous deal. First, you're going to get a sexy surprise for her. Arrgh. I want extra money for that, by the way. Putting in sound effects is not in my contract. Second, an especially selected toy for him. So maybe you like something. For the sexy toy for her, and then a little something for you. Maybe you want to put something in your hiney and you don't want your friends to know. That's your business, sir. Third is a little something that you're both going to enjoy. First one for him, second one for her, third for both of you. This way you can't bitch at each other. You got a gift and I didn't. You both get a fucking gift, and then the third one you can both enjoy. Plus 6 free full-length adult movies on DVD. That's going to keep you busy for quite a while. Unless you're a complete addict like me and you just fast forward until you can find something to come to. That's also your business. Number 10, by the way, best gift of all, free shipping on your entire order. Because there's nothing worse than when you have all these great things and then they fuck you on the shipping. Well, that's not going to happen here. You want to get your 10 free gifts? Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. Just buy an item, whatever it is. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, a slippery new lube, or anything else your filthy little dirty heart desires. Then you enter the offer code JIM. That's me at checkout, and you can get all 10 free gifts, plus, including the 3 specially selected items, the 6 steaming hot adult movies, and free shipping on your entire order. But you have to enter Jim. I don't want some dog shit radio show getting credit for my live read. All right, guys, check out adamandeve.com, and that's Jim at adamandeve.com. I really appreciate you listening and calling, And I'll see you guys tomorrow on Opie and Anthony, and then again next week here.
Jim Norton is now done dealing with your bullshit. He'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. But you can listen to episodes of The Jim Norton Show whenever you want. Go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand for details.